Hey, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kate, and welcome to Coffee Time with Sarah and Kate.
So we go to Oklahoma Baptist University in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and we're currently about to go into our second semester of sophomore year. And are we saying our majors? Okay. So I'm a communication studies major with a minor in music.
And I am a failing community service major with a minor in Spanish.
And the story of how we met and became best friends / roommates.
Well, first, we weren't roommates at first.
Oh, yeah.
We became friends first semester, but we both had different roommates. We both did potluck. But then second semester, we moved in with each other. And it's actually kind of a funny story because Sarah moved all of her stuff over from a different building to live in my room. And so we finally got everything moved in, and after 3 hours of trying to figure out how we were going to have the room set up, we were like, okay, this is great. And then our RA came to us and was like, hey, so they're going to have to do some work in your room over the break, so we need to push all of your stuff to one side. And we were like, okay, it's fine, not that big of a deal. Then we had learned that our heater broke and had leaked all the way down to the basement, and so they were going to have to redo our floors and put in a new heater and everything. And so you want to talk about what happened over Christmas break?
Yeah, so we get an email about a week or two into Christmas break, and it's telling us that we're going to have to move to a different room, to a different building. Actually,
the same building she had just moved out of.
Yeah, for a couple days, 3 or 4 days, while they fix the flooring. But so we moved some of our stuff over to the new building because it wasn't going to be that long. But then we get another email telling us that it was going to be a lot longer. So we stayed there a long time, but we actually had 2 different rooms because you want to tell the story?
So the first room we moved into, we had gotten all of our stuff and moved over, and we were like, you know what, God's in control, this is going to be great, there's a reason that we need to move to this building for this time period. And so when we got in our hall, we were like, oh, it smells so bad. And we were like, we just need to get in our room and open the windows. So we got in, moved all of our stuff in, and opened the windows. And we were we started to unpack a little bit. We were like, we cannot take the smell. Let's go get dinner, and we'll close our door and leave the windows open so that hopefully it'll air out and everything. And so we left, and an hour and a half later, we came back, and when we got back on our hall, we were like, oh, it smells so much better. So we opened our door, and it hit a brick wall. The smell was coming from our room.
At first we thought something had died in there. It smelled so bad.
So we started looking in the closets, and we're like, oh my gosh, maybe one of those squirrels got in here and died or something. And so then we checked everywhere, and then I was like, under the bed. And so I get down on the floor, and I look under the bed, and it was half of a bottle of milk. And it had spilled over, and it had been there all of Christmas break. So it had been there for 3 weeks. And I was like, oh my god, this is so disgusting. And so I crawled out as fast as I could and went down.
I wish you could see the video. It's so funny.
It's so bad. And so we went down to the front, and we were like, there's spilled milk. What do we need to do? And so they were like, oh, you actually need to move rooms because they're going to have to clean the carpets and everything. So we actually had to move rooms again. And so that's the story of how we first became roommates.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about the first day that we met?
Yeah, so it was actually welcome week of our freshman year of being at OU. And we were in the same welcome week group, small group type thing.
And it was 8 people in it.
And one day she came with coffee cups, these coffee cups. And I was like, hey, I have those same coffee cups. I love coffee too. And
we were like, great minds think alike. We are obviously going to be best friends.
And then she spilled her coffee, and I felt really bad.
It was a bad day.
It was really bad.
But the more time we spent together, we realized, we had so much more in common than coffee. We both loved coffee. We both loved the Lord. And we both realize the heart that we have for young people, and just like being an example and being encouraging to younger people, which is why we decided to start this blog. And we decided to call it Loving Living because we love to live. We love to live life to the fullest. And so many people think that when you go to college, like, that's a good time to party and, like, just enjoy life to the fullest in a secular way. But we know from experience that college is the best time. And it's even better when you're living it for Christ. Like, you don't need the parties. You don't need to dress immodestly to get someone's attention. Like, you can enjoy life to the fullest living for Christ and just having that satisfaction. So we wanted to be an encouragement to other people about, like, during the college years and just about like current events and stuff like that. So that's why we decided to start the blog. So each month we'll be introducing new things. So we'll do a verse of the month because we want to be held accountable, keeping, like, memorizing scripture and stuff like that. And then we'll be doing like a book of the month. So we love to read. So we'll be introducing encouraging books. Then you want to talk about the other two?
Yeah, we'll be doing like a song of the month, like new songs to be discovered. And new drinks of the month, like Starbucks drinks that we'll be trying out, like experimenting with. And is that it?
I think so.
Yeah. So just those 4 things. So we're really excited about this journey.
And you'll get like a sneak peek into our lives and kind of what it's like, and us growing as friends and growing in the Lord together. Mm-hmm. So we're excited. We're excited to share this time of our lives with you guys. And then we want to end each segment in prayer. And prayer is so important in our walks with Christ, and just talking to the Lord. And He knows everything about you already, but just sharing in that time with Him. And so that's how we want to close all of our times together. And we'd love for you to comment prayer requests of how we can be praying for you. And we'd love for you guys to be praying for us too as we're going through college and making big decisions. So Sarah is going to close us this time.
Dear Lord, I just thank you so much for all the people that are watching, and for my best friend Caitlin. And Lord, I want to thank you for always giving me grace, even when I don't deserve it. And God, I just please bless this time that we get to share with people. Just let not our words be spoken, but yours, Lord. Just clean our hearts and mold them for you, Lord. Just be with us.
We just can't say